Suyesha, my colleague, joins us for now explaining where those tensions at the border right now are and what is, how this presents us an opportunity to take this relationship forward. Suyesha Sawant with details. Suyesha, take it away.
Oh yes, absolutely, Gaurav. And I'd also like to tell our viewers how Sushant Sareen was talking about the revival of BRICS a short while ago. Now, why is it so important for Russia, India and China, and why the timing of it comes together? Because Russia is desperate for allies amid the Ukraine war. China, on the other hand, is seeking economic opportunity, and India seeks flexibility amid tariff blows. So like we have been saying, that the timing is such that it suits the interests of Russia, China and India if this grouping really happens and grows. But where is the thin line and what could really be an obstacle? Yes, the trust factor when it comes to India and China, especially after the Galwan clash in 2020, where our soldiers had taken the hit, and of course we had caused more damage on the other side. But facts still remain that despite the fact that it was discussed that confidence building measures would really take that on both sides, that did not happen. And of course rare earth curves from China that threaten India's EV sector could certainly be the other thought. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi all set to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping during his first visit to China in 7 years. The talks come at a time of global economic turmoil and Trump tariff row. But to understand what's at stake, we must look back. From Wuhan to Mamallapuram, from Galwan to BRICS, the Modi-Xi story that has swung between bonhomie and breakdown. Can Tianjin mark a reset is the big question.
Two Asian giants meet again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping will hold talks in Tianjin on August 31st. This is Prime Minister Modi's first visit to China since the Galwan clash of 2020, which pushed bilateral ties to their lowest in decades. But this is not the first time the two leaders have sought to reset relations. In 2019, Xi Jinping travelled to the historic coastal town of Mamallapuram for the second India-China informal summit. Images of Modi and Xi visiting ancient monuments send strong optics of civilizational bonding. Just a year earlier, the two leaders had held their first informal summit in Wuhan. The Wuhan consensus was built as a reset in ties, stressing that differences must not turn into disputes amid Doklam standoff tensions. Modi's first major visit to China came in 2015. The chemistry was on display. Modi became the first world leader to be received by Xi in his hometown Xi'an. Then came the Galwan clash in 2020. Breaking the fragile trust. For 2 years, Modi and Xi had no substantive engagement. A brief handshake at the G20 summit in Bali in 2022 marked Prime Minister Modi's first public contact with Xi Jinping since Galwan. A year later in Johannesburg, another brief conversation on the sidelines of BRICS signaled the need for continued dialogue. Their last meeting came in October 2024 at the BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia. That meet helped push forward disengagement at friction point in Ladakh.
It's my great pleasure to meet you in Kazan.
From Mamallapuram's optics to Galwan's rupture, the Modi-Xi story swings between smiles and standoffs. All eyes now on Tianjin. Can this reset really hold? Bureau Report, India Today.